welcome back to the show. Let's now talk about Diwali. Yes, the festival of lights is almost upon us. It's that time of the year again when we all get to see lights, colors, sweets, and this fake NASA photograph. But this year, even the fake NASA photograph is going to look something like this. Because the sale of firecrackers has been banned in Delhi and NCR region.
And it is going to be a noiseless Diwali, it seems, this year as the Supreme Court upheld its verdict banning the sale of firecrackers in the Delhi NCR region. Central Pollution Control Board has come out in support of the ban on firecrackers, and this ruling is a result of a petition filed on behalf of 3 infants aged between 6 and 14 months in 2015, asking for a ban on loud firecrackers.
Yes, and that was not the only verdict that came out last Monday. On the same day, there was also a ruling on the Godhra tragedy where death sentences given to 11 convicts for burning the Sabarmati Express in Godhra have been reduced to life imprisonment. So basically, burning firecrackers is completely unacceptable. Burning people, on the other hand, we are totally cool with. The move by Supreme Court was met with equal appreciation and condemnation in both the national media and social media platforms. Many people were extremely disappointed with this verdict, including the likes of Virender Sehwag, who tweeted, "Retweet if this year you will celebrate Diwali extra dhoom-dham se." Ramesh Shrivats tweeted this, "No firecracker sale in Delhi NCR this Diwali. Why should SC decide pollution versus celebration? What's the elected legislature's role then?" And India's smartest person alive, Chetan Bhagat, tweeted this, "SC bans fireworks on Diwali. A full ban. What's Diwali for children without crackers? Yes, what's Diwali without firecrackers? It's like Indian literature without Chetan Bhagat. Basically all the good parts minus all the noise and garbage." A lot of people on social media said that they were going to burst even more firecrackers than usual to basically thumb their noses at the judgment. Who would have thought that the spirit of civil disobedience in India will change from this to this? But there were also others who welcomed the SC verdict and urged Indians to celebrate a pollution-free Diwali, like cricketer Yuvraj Singh, who tweeted this, "Say no to crackers. Let's celebrate a pollution-free Diwali." Yes, say no to crackers, except if it is my wedding. Stand-up comedian Veer Das tweeted, "Put the cracker down. Shut your mouth and light a diya, would you? If you want the kids to have fun, being able to breathe is pretty cool." A problem with a rule like this is that it's going to be really hard to implement. How do you know if someone's selling or buying crackers? I think the Supreme Court's going to ask firecracker purchases to be linked with Aadhaar from now on. And it's not just about implementation of the verdict. The question on most people's mind is whether this is another example of judicial overreach. This is not the first time the Supreme Court has been accused of judicial overreach. Last year, the top court ruled that standing up for the national anthem in movie theatres is mandatory. Because nothing says "I love the nation" quite like playing national anthem before 3 hours of a shitty Sunny Leone movie, right? Last year, the Supreme Court also upheld a High Court verdict decreeing that during Janmashtami celebrations, no human pyramid should be higher than 20 feet. How the f would you implement that? Do cops go around with tape measuring each human pyramid? And apart from this, the Supreme Court even asked the government of Kerala to set up a special team to investigate alleged wife swapping among naval officers. I've always wondered why it's called husband swapping. Just in the last few years, the courts also weighed in on penguin viewing, monkey capering in colonies, and stray cattle in streets. Meanwhile, it's been 70 years since independence, and we're still quite far away from having a uniform civil code. That's right. Who wants to waste their time on pointless things like UCC when there are more real problems like penguin viewing and wife swapping ravaging our country? And here's the thing. The Supreme Court itself has gone back and forth on this ban. On October 2016, the Supreme Court said firecrackers can't be banned. But in November 2016, they banned it. And then again in September this year, they removed the ban on firecrackers. And then banned it again this week. Is this the Supreme Court or a bunch of friends trying to plan their Goa trip? We're going. No, we're not. We're going. No, we're not. We're going. Hang on. Having said all this, however, anybody and everybody who's lived in Delhi NCR region knows how big a problem pollution is, especially during this time of the year. Do you remember how a thick blanket of haze and smog engulfed Delhi the following morning after last Diwali? The air quality index showed a reading of a severe 447. If NASA did really release a picture of India during Diwali, it would have looked like this. Delhi is rated as the 11th most polluted city in the world according to a WHO study of 3,000 different cities. And what's even more worrying is that it's getting worse every year. Particulate matter 2.5 particles in the air reached a stunning 624 in early November last year, the worst in Delhi's recorded history. A survey conducted by Breathe Blue says that about 35% of school-going children in Delhi have severe lung problems due to poor quality of air. What's worse is that these types of lung problems are not easily reversible. That's right, once your lungs go black, they never go back. So this is severely affecting our kids' futures. We're literally letting their future go up in smoke. On the plus side, the ISRO need not spend millions sending their rockets to Mars anymore. If they want to study an inhospitable environment, they just have to come to Delhi. What's really scary is that many reports indicate that India is on track to beat China to become the most polluted country in the world. And that is a really bad thing. Beating China in air pollution is a hard task. It's like beating the United States in baseball, or Russia in hacking, or beating Pakistan in terrorism. Guys, here's how Chinese cities look like on a normal day. Particulate matter 2.5 levels in China are so bad that they regularly reach over 1,000. A couple of years ago, the PM 2.5 level particles in the air reached a whopping 1,400 in the Chinese city of Shenyang. And the Chinese daily Xinhua News tweeted this. They posted a picture of the city and asked, Fairyland or Doomsday? Those two things can easily be confused, right? But I'm going to go with option B, Doomsday. In fact, pollution levels are so bad in China that people wear face masks in most cities. Face masks are so common in China that face mask producers have started producing fashionable face masks. Hey, they might be breathing in really toxic air, but at least they look really stylish when they are dying. So Delhiites, would you rather make changes now, or would you rather spend the rest of your life looking like a Batman villain? So this is a difficult issue. On the one hand, this seems to be a legitimate case of judicial overreach, but on the other hand, we really are at a tipping point in terms of air pollution. But this move alone is not going to cut it. Banning firecrackers on Diwali to fix Delhi's pollution problem is a bit like fasting for a day to deal with your obesity problem. So there have to be other steps taken as well. So we shouldn't overreact to this decision. We should all just relax and take a deep breath. Actually, no, don't do that. If you live in Delhi, whatever you do, do not take a deep breath.
To watch the full episode of Let's Get Real, tune into WION at these times.